Hey guys, it's Glenn from Glenn'sCarCollection.com. Good morning. I'm doing a spirited drive with some friends. I hope you have a great day. Get out there and drive. We were locked up too long last year. And this is the perfect year to do as much driving as you can. Be safe out there though. Don't be reckless. And let me tell you something. I've had this car over a year. You can see our year review on it. And these Porsches really hold up. You know, any other car I would do these spirited drives, I would smell the brakes or experience even some brake fade. Where these cars, you just turn the key and drive. And that's kind of why I bought this car, is just I wanted a really reliable car that had performance that could keep up with modern sports cars and exotics, and just turn the key and drive. Now the NSX is kind of that way, the S2000. I wouldn't say they have modern day performance. Driving on these roads with the NSX, I could smell the brakes and would probably experience some brake fade. But with the 911, and I only have a base Carrera, so with the smaller brakes, and again, I'm not tracking the car, so I can't speak on how the brakes would be on the track. But this car holds up very, very well, the brakes on these spirited mountain drives. And that's the most important thing, is good tires and good brakes. Now, I don't have sport chrono like all these other cars, so I actually have to downshift myself. Now, that rear rate bias on the 991s, and this is a 991.2, it's hard to talk and drive at the same time. On a 991.2, they actually lengthen the car, so that gives the effect as the engine is a little further forward. So it acts slightly more mid-engine in its handling characteristics than that 997 in front of us. So every generation they've kind of taken a little bit out of the that rear weight bias. Like the 997 compared to my 993 Turbo and 996 C4S had a lot of rear weight bias. You could really tell the difference on those cars, especially if we went down a hill and we had a brake. Don't look at the cliff. Don't look at the cliff, Glenn. And you would really feel it. Go downhill, have to hit the brakes. That back of the car wanted to pass it up. So the 997 generation was the first generation I noticed where they kind of dialed out some of that rear weight bias. And in this car, by lengthening the wheelbase, it gives the effect that the engine's a little further forward than it is. And that's what makes it a great car. If you had your eyes closed and you were in a 911, you could definitely tell that you were in a 911 due to that rear weight bias. And I shouldn't be talking while I'm driving. And you got to really look forward here, because what happens is you'll go too deep into the turn. And keep your hands at 9 and 3. And I never accelerate when I can't see where the turn is, because then I will cross that double line. And you're just here for fun. You don't know who's coming the other way. And usually I keep it in third gear. Very rarely do I go to second, except for that tight turn there, because remember, I have to heel toe and it has to be perfect. I put the sport exhaust on, the sport dampers on. There's some traction control kicked in. I usually don't use the suspension unless I know for sure that the road is going to be smooth. It gives you a little flatter body control. So if I'm driving aggressively, I definitely would do that. Now, if you watched Matt Farah's videos on the Haggerty channel, where he drives that Cayman 4.5, that's the road we just drove on. So great road. You just gotta kind of hit it early in the morning where there's no traffic. All right, guys, so that's why I love the Porsche 911. It's just a car that you could go. You don't need a new one. You don't need an old one. If you want to try to get this experience, feel free to get a Cayman or Boxster. It gives you a lot of that experience, and plus mid-engine handling. Let's do a little acceleration here. This car is fast. Let me tell you something. For base Carrera, this car is super fast with those 2 turbos, and it's rear drive. All right, guys, in a perfect world, you'd have a rear drive manual for fun drives like this, and then you would have a, I don't know, an all-wheel drive turbo, Turbo S, 4S, 911 as your daily driver. All right, guys, enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this drive. I'm going to keep driving here, so I want to take my GoPro off so I can enjoy the drive. You guys have a fantastic day. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. We post 3 videos a week every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.